A report says Taiwan ready to hire over 100,000 Indian workers as soon as next month and negotiations in final stages. Before we dive in details, please subscribe to the channel and stay always one step ahead to know all global important events happening around you. Give a thumbs up and share the video with your family and friends. Let's move on with the video. Taiwan may hire as many as 100,000 Indians to work at factories, farms, and hospitals, and these workers could be headed to the island as early as next month. People familiar with the developments told news agency Bloomberg. The people familiar with the development said that both nations are expected to sign an employment mobility agreement as early as December. Taiwan and India have an investment promotion pact signed in 2018. How Taiwanese officials will certify the health of Indian workers willing to move to Taiwan remains unclear, but steps are being taken. The Bloomberg report said that Taiwan is offering Indian workers pay parity with locals and insurance policies. Taiwan has an aging population, which means it needs more workers, and India could provide the East Asian nation with the workforce it requires. Taiwan is expected to become a super-aged society by 2025, and elderly people are expected to make up for more than 1/5 of the population. China could likely be enraged with these steps as it opposes official exchanges with Taiwan. China has vowed to reunite the self-ruled island with the motherland and claims that Taiwan is an inalienable part of China. China is separated from Taiwan by a narrow body of water known as the Taiwan Strait. India has an active unofficial relationship with Taiwan and has not discarded the One China policy, under which the island is recognized as being part of China. On Thursday, the Union Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Arindam Bagchi said that the India-Taiwan Jobs Pact is now in the final stages of negotiation. The Taiwanese Ministry of Labor said it welcomes cooperation with countries that can provide Taiwan with workers. India-China relations are going through a tough phase ever since China attempted to encroach territories near Galwan Valley and Pangong Tso Lake, and eastern Ladakh. China further deteriorated relations by releasing a map in August by claiming more Indian territories as its own. Earlier this year, 3 former Indian military chiefs visited Taiwan for a security conference, angering Beijing. Unemployment levels in Taiwan have dropped to its lowest level since 2000, and the nation needs workers to keep the $790 billion economy going. India, which has surpassed China in terms of population, has signed agreements with 13 countries, including Japan, France, and the UK, and is discussing similar arrangements with Netherlands, Greece, Denmark, and Switzerland, where it will send workers to these countries as they face aging workforces. Also, China's relationship with Taiwan is marked by territorial claims, with Beijing considering the island as a part of its territory, despite the self-governing status of Taiwan. This claim has led to tensions and even threats of military intervention. On the other hand, China's relationship with India is characterized by both cooperation and competition. The two nations have the world's largest populations and are both emerging as significant economic powerhouses. However, their relationship is far from smooth, with territorial disputes in the Himalayan region causing frictions. The strengthening of ties between Taiwan and India, therefore, is a cause for concern for China. Economically, India's growing influence could challenge China's status as a dominant force in Asia. As India continues to grow, it could become a significant counterweight to China's economic might. Politically, a stronger alliance between Taiwan and India could also challenge China's territorial claims over Taiwan. Taiwan, eager to assert its independence, might find an ally in India to counterbalance China's influence. Moreover, China's recent actions have not been without controversy. Its increased military activity around Taiwan and territorial disputes with India have strained its relations with both nations. This could potentially push Taiwan and India closer together, further complicating the situation for China. In essence, the strengthening of relations between Taiwan and India presents a strategic challenge for China. It forces Beijing to consider the potential of facing a united front of two significant rivals in the region. China's strategic interests in the region could be threatened by a stronger Taiwan-India alliance. This is not just a matter of economic rivalry or territorial disputes, but a question of regional dominance and strategic balance of power. And as Taiwan and India continue to grow and strengthen their ties, this balance could tilt further away from China. What could be the strategic implications of a closer Taiwan-India relationship for China? Let's delve into this fascinating question. Firstly, a stronger Taiwan-India alliance could serve as a counterweight to China's increasing influence in the region. This alliance might not only be a diplomatic response, but could also potentially reshape the regional power dynamics. With India being the world's largest democracy, and Taiwan being a vibrant democracy in East Asia, their partnership could symbolize a union of democratic values standing in contrast to China's authoritarian regime. Secondly, a Taiwan-India alliance could disrupt China's economic ambitions. Taiwan is a global leader in semiconductor manufacturing, a sector that India is keen on developing. If India and Taiwan were to collaborate closely in this field, it could result in a significant shift in the global supply chain, reducing the world's dependency on China. This could pose a real challenge to China's aspirations of becoming a global tech leader. In the military sphere, an enhanced Taiwan-India partnership could also complicate China's strategic calculations. India's geographical location and its naval capabilities can provide Taiwan with much-needed support in the face of Chinese aggression. Moreover, India's strategic location, particularly the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, could be used as a potential deterrent against China's aggressive moves in the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait. Lastly, this alliance could also weaken China's diplomatic clout. China has long used its economic power to isolate Taiwan internationally. However, a public endorsement from India, a significant player on the global stage, could help Taiwan break free from this diplomatic isolation, making it harder for China to marginalize Taiwan. So, what's the bottom line? A strengthened Taiwan-India relationship could significantly alter the balance of power in the region. It has the potential to counterbalance China's influence, disrupt its economic and military ambitions, and challenge its diplomatic strategies. This alliance could indeed be a game-changer. What could the future hold for Taiwan, India, and China? As we venture into the realm of possibilities, let's consider the potential scenarios that could arise from a closer Taiwan-India relationship. The strengthening of ties between Taiwan and India is likely to open up a plethora of opportunities for both nations. With India's robust economy and Taiwan's technological prowess, this alliance could foster innovative solutions, create jobs, and boost the overall economic growth in both countries. However, these opportunities don't come without challenges. China's discomfort with this developing relationship is palpable. Beijing might respond with increased economic or military pressure on both Taiwan and India, leading to heightened tensions in the region. It's crucial that Taiwan and India navigate these waters with diplomacy and strategic foresight. On the brighter side, this situation could also push all three nations towards increased regional cooperation. A scenario where Taiwan, India, and China find a common ground and work towards shared goals isn't entirely out of the question. Such cooperation could lead to the stabilization of relations in a more prosperous region. On the flip side, we can't ignore the potential for intensified competition and conflict. The geopolitical chessboard is intricate and unpredictable. The strengthening of Taiwan-India relations could trigger a domino effect, leading to realignments with other nations, and potentially even a major shift in the global power dynamics. It's also worth noting that the future isn't solely determined by political maneuvering. It's shaped by the will of the people, the evolution of societies, and the relentless march of technology. So while we speculate about the future, it's essential to remember that it's a tapestry woven from countless threads, each representing different facets of our interconnected world. The future of Taiwan, India, and China's relationships will undoubtedly shape the political and economic landscape of the region. As we stand at the crossroads of history, the choices made by these nations will echo through the decades, casting long shadows on the path ahead. In conclusion, the strengthening of relations between Taiwan and India poses significant implications for China. This video has unpacked the rise of Taiwan and India as economic powerhouses, the concerns this triggers for the dragon, and the strategic implications of their partnership. We've seen how Taiwan and India, by leveraging their unique strengths and synergies, are bolstering their economic and political standing. Their growing alliance, set against the backdrop of China's assertive foreign policy, is shaking up the regional balance of power. China's unease stems from the potential disruption to its strategic interests, particularly its claim over Taiwan and its influence in the Asia-Pacific region. With India's support for Taiwan, China is faced with the challenge of navigating this new geopolitical landscape while maintaining its ambitions. The future prospects of this trilateral relationship hold many possibilities. A stronger Taiwan-India alliance could either escalate tensions or push towards a more balanced power distribution in the region. As the dynamics between Taiwan, India, and China continue to evolve, the world watches with bated breath, awaiting the next chapter in this geopolitical saga.